That low will drop down into the lower 70s, and then we could dance around a few more scattered showers and storms for Friday, a high in the mid-90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by ColorWorks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at ColorWorks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 16 days.
The national media had Arkansas going 4-8, 5-7, and they went and won 7 games. Kind of got to say, last year was a little bit of overachieved a little bit last year. Not necessarily saying the way they did it was good. I'm just talking about the preseason expectations.
I've always been counted out my whole life, and that's why I love Arkansas.
I believe they'll win 9 games this year. I'm looking at some things. I've seen some things. I know that you probably both think I'm crazy. Typically, I would be the guy that would say 5-6 wins, but there's just something different.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Heard from Ryan in Hot Springs, Kevin and Rogers, and Talon Green about this upcoming season. Talon talking about the mentality he's taken on, really, that he's had his entire life. Kevin's got him at 9-3. Ryan's got him at 8-4. The Kool-Aid has been drank a few times this week. Not drunk.
You dove into it? Have you dove into the Kool-Aid?
Yeah. There's words that people have questioned me on. I've actually looked up in the dictionary, and they're actually right. But it's funny.
Yeah, they are right.
I got this text. My buddy Lee Parker works for Kraft Heinz in Northwest Arkansas, does this stuff at Walmart. And he's like, I'm loving all this Kool-Aid talk this week. Our sales are and by the way, Kool-Aid, you know when Kool-Aid Day is? It's tomorrow. August the 15th, Kool-Aid Day, National Kool-Aid Day is tomorrow. The last time I have had Kool-Aid was my senior year of high school, coming up to college to visit 2 of my buddies, one who was the mascot, another one was just a college friend. And the last time I had it was at Mama Dean's.
That was the last time
The last time I've had Kool-Aid was at Mama Dean's. For those that took in the greatest restaurant that has ever existed in Arkansas, that's no longer there. You got a big old meat entree, 2 massive sides, and then also a drink and a dessert.
Meat and 3.
And I think you're right.
You could go both ways. Yeah.
And then you also got
collard greens,
Kool-Aid,
okra
with it.
Yeah.
That is the last
time.
Well,
that's a choice. You knew it was a fine restaurant and had Kool-Aid as a choice.
13 years ago.
I was enjoying listening to Chuck and Bo. I think it was yesterday. They did Kool-Aid Corner, which got a good ring to it. So, I'm sure Bart gets all the credit for coming up with that. But, why be negative until something negative has happened? Why borrow trouble you don't have yet? Season may not turn out to be, but to be 8 wins, 7 wins, may not even be 6 wins. But you're not there yet. Mm-hmm. And listen, there is something I think a little different with this team versus last year's team. Last year's team, just go back to do you believe the offensive line is going to be markedly improved this year?
I do. I hope so. I said that last year. I said that 2 years ago, and I said that 3 years ago.
Listen, now Phil Steele's not always, spot on with every prediction, but we had him on the show. What's it been? Nearly a month now, maybe 3 weeks, and he talked specifically on these airwaves with us about how the offensive line performed in the bottom 30. He thought they would be top 30, top 40, I believe is exactly how he phrased it when he was on our show this year. If that happens, they'll be a better football team. But here's the point I want to make today. Do you believe Arkansas will be better this year than they were last year? Maybe, maybe not. But we come from like an assumption that no one else has improved. Hey, we're going to be the only program out there to get better. We do this like Arkansas is going to be a better team. It may not show up in the record, but well, that's because everybody else has got coaches, and they got film, and they got weight rooms, and they got development centers, and they got the transfer portal, and we act like no one on our schedule's going to take a step forward either. So just because Arkansas gets better doesn't mean it's going to show up in the quote-unquote bottom line.
But that's a key step. You have to get better in order to even –
Yeah. Well, you're either getting better or worse. There's no staying the same. But, we also have to understand every other team's having these same conversations right now.
So off that, let's do this exercise. I don't really care about Alabama A&M. I don't think you have enough knowledge of Arkansas State to say if they're better or worse than last year. Is Ole Miss going to be better or worse year one of Austin Simmons? Christian says worse. What do you say? They were 9-3 last year.
I think at the point in the year you're going to play them, they will not be as good as when you played them last year.
That's one. Memphis, don't know enough about. Notre Dame,
But listen, those 3 of your first 4 you should outclass. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but you should be able to show up and your X's be better than their O's with Alabama, A&M, Arkansas State, and Memphis. And you should win the game just on the class of your roster.
Yeah. Notre Dame
can't beat yourself.
I mean, they're not going to be like bad by any stretch, but they're not going to be as good as they were last year with Leonard. And I know Love's back. Zach loves to tell me about Jeremiah Love and that defensive line and everything else, but they're not going to be.
They were elite last year.
Yes.
They can take a step or two back and still have a margin between Arkansas and their talent level.
Here's an interesting one. Joey Aguilar just named the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers yesterday, according to Pete Nakos of On3. Is Tennessee going to be better than they were last year? Tennessee also, they go 10-2. They lost.
I don't know how you could say they'll be better with the quarterback situation so uncertain.
Okay. Lost a lot of offense. Still got a lot of defensive talent. Big
no
C?
Better, but maybe no worse. I think better.
Stand still.
At
even.
At
okay.
best.
Big C.
But you don't play them till like October 11th.
11th, correct.
Yeah. He's never taken a snap in the SEC.
Yep. Appalachian State was at UCLA for a little offseason, then comes to Knoxville.
How many guys can you say that about, though, Big C?
Quite a few. Yeah. But at the quarterback position, that to me, that stands out a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Well, Bama's got a new quarterback in Ty Simpson. Arnold played for Oklahoma. Lagway played for Florida last year. Stockton played some last year. Calzada's been in college football forever for Kentucky. So it's a mix, but I do think that's interesting. All right, continue. A&M. I think they'll be better than they were last year. I think Marcel Reed will be better. I think that team will be better. Any pushback on that from y'all too?
Nope.
Big C?
No, Marcel Reed's a difference maker.
Okay.
When he's playing well, they're as good as anybody.
Auburn is intriguing. Jackson Arnold, first year, that wide receiver room. Hugh Freeze has recruited well, not recruiting for 2026. They'll be better. Okay. Mississippi State. They'll be better, but not
They'll be better, but they've got a long ways to go.
Yeah, marginally. LSU. I would think LSU is going to be better. Why? So
Same.
They lost a lot of offensive linemen, but Nussmeier's going to be better. That defense, at least in theory, should be better based on the portal pieces they added.
It's the best team he's had there, like on paper.
I would say that. All right, Texas.
No,
Final Four team last.
I don't know how you can get a lot better.
Yeah,
I don't think
even, but still remarkably
really good.
Okay, last one, Missouri.
If you were Texas, would you take even? Sure.
Yeah, but they won a national championship.
Well, but they were good enough to win a national title last year. They just didn't.
And the last one, Missouri.
No.
New quarterback in Bo Perbola, however you say his name. Penn State transfer.
We can sit there and talk about we don't play Missouri till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hell, it's August. So all these things, they matter to today's conversation, but they don't matter in context. How Missouri is today, or even the first month, is semi-insignificant. I know those two words don't go together. That's a tie-ism. But does it really matter? It matters what they are when you play them. That's the point.
Which they can be.
And I think, back to the Ole Miss point, well, you get them early, and Ole Miss is not known exactly for fast starts out of the gate against good opponents. Normally they play about 9 cupcakes, and then they get to the meat of the schedule. And sometimes Arkansas has been one of those. But, so what matters is how they are the day you play them.
Seth and Fort Smith, Tennessee lost their quarterback, and they've lost their all-world running back. There's no way they're going to be better as good as they've been. I also think when you look at Arkansas' schedule,
go there.
You got to go to Knoxville, like you said.
But you won over there at 15. So
you did.
But, that's history.
5 of 6.
Tennessee, really.
Yeah, you won 5 of 6. You won 5 of 6.
I understand, but
you won 5 of 6.
But I'm not going as far as to say you own them.
The last 10 years or so.
Okay, I'll get with that.
So you lost in 07, but you won in 06, you won in 2011, you won in 2015, you won in 2020, and you won in 2024.
My God, what year was that?
You own them. That's
was
20.
that 02 or 3? When did you 02 or 3? Somewhere you went over there and lost in 6 overtimes. 04. I don't know. Early 2000.
Yeah, Matt found Richard Smith in at the end of the fourth quarter, tied it, went to OT, and then ended up coming.
I'm still not over that.
Yeah, that was tough. But I think so. When you look at Arkansas' schedule, I think there's only 2 teams that we'd say definitively are better, and that's Texas A&M, Auburn, who you both get at home. The schedule, when you look at, and this is not applied to the non-conference. The schedule's more.
Hang on, just time out. Definitively better, but you're playing some teams that were pretty damn good last year.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have to get a lot better to be
correct,
to be playoff good.
So back to the point I was going to make. While your schedule collectively is more difficult with the non-cons and everything else, but you got the tough games at home last year, and you got the easier games on the road. That now flips this year. So you might be better as a football team, but you're going into tougher atmospheres. You're going into tougher environments. The athletics administration decided, hey, let's play Notre Dame, Memphis, and Arkansas State in the same year. So all of what you said could be accurate and true about them being better, but all these other intangibles doesn't necessarily lead you to have a better than 7-5 or 7-5 or better record.
You still have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
But does it not frustrate you guys? Because it does me. And I'm not disagreeing with what you just said, but we chose to play Notre Dame, Arkansas State, and Memphis. Should we? We got bigger issues that we got to solve if we're really sitting here worried about Arkansas State and Memphis. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have concern this year. I'm not saying those won't be tough games. It just tells you where you're not as a program in the SEC. And where you've got to get elevated to. I'm not saying those aren't games you should have concern for, but do you think the teams like you want to be like, the Texas and the LSUs and the Alabamas, you think they would be worried about having Arkansas State and Memphis both on their schedule with someone of the likes of Notre Dame?
Memphis is
that bothers me a little bit.
Super Bowl
well,
this year.
But listen, we haven't been successful.
Any SEC team's a team of that caliber Super Bowl.
We haven't been successful as a program in non-conference games since 2012. We've lost to Rutgers. We've lost to Tech. We've lost to Toledo. I mean, I can keep going.
But those teams, maybe with the exception of Texas Tech and
Liberty,
Rutgers are
Oklahoma State.
steps ahead.
Oklahoma State.
Well,
but I'm talking about as non-conference.
They're not Arkansas State.
I realize that, but non-conference-wise, you have not had success since 2012. Now, honestly, as a football program, collectively, you haven't had
banana
since then.
peels in there.
So,
no, I'm not saying there's not reason to be concerned. You want to get to the point where those type of games, you don't have the anxiety we have.
You're right.
SEC teams shouldn't have anxiety over Memphis and Arkansas State. I'm not saying you're wrong to have it, because I've got it. But that tells you where you're not really at the head of the table where you want to be.
Well, to be fair, like Ole Miss is
confidence.
Ole Miss has lost to Memphis. I think State's lost to Memphis. That's
you play enough of them, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
But you just went through several examples of games in non-conference play that gives you proper reason for cause. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Colorado State.
Yeah, I mean, keep going.
San Jose State,
North Texas.
North Texas.
I don't think we should count anything in the chat. Just wipe out the Chad Morris era.
Like in the media guide.
Yeah. Asterisks.
There's the
asteroids. We need asteroids by those 2 seasons.
When the FBI whites out or deletes out
redacted.
Redacted.
We need to redact those 2 seasons.
Stuff in the media guide for those 2 years.
Hey, we're off and firing this morning. We're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Hey, whether you're working on a small residential project or you're the person in charge of a large-scale commercial job and you need hundreds of yards of concrete over the course of many months as you phase out your project, APAC and Standard Materials Group is the perfect partner. Whatever the scale, they can deal with it, and they can help you do the planning and help you get the job on track and keep it on track as well, because they got construction consultant services to help you every step of the way. 479-587-3300 is their number for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
Tell you what we're really excited about on Saturday. We're giving away our 20th annual football trip of a lifetime, Las Vegas, Nevada, Raiders, Cowboys, and that's our opening drive.
And you tell them one thing, just win. All right. How about this, Cowboys?
This is the opening drive.
When you think about iconic owners throughout NFL history, I know Kraft has the championships. I'm forgetting the San Francisco owner that was teamed with Walsh, Young, and Montana in the 90s. I'm blanking on his name. But are there two more iconic owners than Al Davis and Jerry Jones? When you think about NFL, when your mind goes to owners.
Bob Kraft's in there because of the success.
And I mentioned that. But he's not outside of the whatever issue he had or whatever that was a couple years ago. Like how many
needed a massage.
How many common NFL fans do you think know? But they know Jerry Jones, they know Al Davis. Owners aren't necessarily always in the spotlight or stuff like that. And the Raiders are in Vegas now rather than Oakland, and Mark's heading.
Well, they were in the spotlight for reasons other than winning.
Yeah, and we're going to get into the Jerry Jones, the America's Team. What's it called? America's Team. Oh, what is it? The Netflix doc that's coming out on Tuesday. America's Team, the Gambler and his Cowboys. Some of the stuff that Jerry Jones has said recently. We're going to discuss that. But from a football trip,
that's 3 sides from you, Big C.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Painful
and
size.
we wonder why there's been no Super Bowl in the last 30 years.
But you know what? People put microphones in front of his face and cameras in his face all the time because the general public cares about what he has to say.
I don't anymore.
Well, have you heard the audio?
Lay it on me.
Okay.
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The beautiful thing for networks, streaming companies is that the NFL is a 365-day-a-year interest factor. A lot of programming, you have to spend as much to make it, to promote it, as you do to make it.
And he's right about the NFL stuff on the back end, but I think a lot of Cowboys fans took issue what he initially said. It's like, if we're not in the news, I'll make it. Now, he put up everything. He bet on himself. I even saw this little cut up of Donald Trump saying this would not be a good financial decision to make when he bought him for $10 or $12 million or whatever, not that much or not that less, but whatever it was.
When Jerry Jones bought him,
when years
bought
ago,
him for about $140 million.
Sorry, not 10 or 12. Jeez, but that
40 years ago, $140 million.
That being said,
it's worked out.
I think there's a lot of Cowboys fans that feel exactly how Christian feels.
If you're a fan or even a player and you hear that, what are you supposed to draw from that? Like, what are we doing here? Are we trying to win? I mean,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a hater. I'm the unicorn in this deal because the Cowboys are generally not a take or leave deal, and I'm kind of take them or leave them. I think our show is better. I think our stations are better. I think conversations are more interesting when the Cowboys are good, or at least have a threat to be good. You really haven't seen it in your lifetime, Big C, and neither really have in your memorable lifetime, Ty, that the Cowboys being really good consistently like they were when I was in high school in the 90s. And there was a lot of connections in Fort Smith where I grew up with the Cowboys because several of the original owners that were in with Jerry had ties to Fort Smith. People moved from there to go run the franchise with him. And people were on fire about it in the early 90s. I'm telling you, it would be like when the Razorbacks are really good around it. People would be piling on the bandwagon. Mm-hmm. It would make life a lot more entertaining. But somehow Jerry, through all the ups and downs, has kept them maybe the most interesting franchise in all of sports.
But he's made the franchise about. He's made it bigger than winning. Like it's not even about it's not even about winning anymore. But as a fan,
about him at the end of the day.
As a fan, that's not fun to cheer for. You're cheering for a corporation. Like you're not.
A good way to look at it.
They're not. You're cheering for them, I guess, to make money now at this point.
Well, they were once again named as the NFL's most valuable franchise according to Sportico, valued at nearly $13 billion. The Rams are the next closest at $10.43 billion. So that's pretty crazy.
You knew when. God, I'm drawing a blank. Who it was? I guess when it was the Lakers. I guess I'm thinking about when the Buss family sold it. Was what, a $10 billion deal? So what the Cowboys just got a raise. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. It doesn't even take a football franchise to sell to get the value of all other professional sports franchises up. And I was looking through that list you sent out early this morning, and what the Bengals are the last at $5.5 billion or something like that was.
Yeah, that's correct.
32nd team, and you're like, man, if I could just scratch together $5.5 billion dollars, you talk about a boys club to be in. That's the one.
Yeah, then it's crazy.
And I would think 13 billion. I don't know all the soccer club, football club values in Europe, but I can't imagine any of them approach 13 billion.
I think Real Madrid is close. Matt Jones would be the better person to ask about that, but I think Real and Barcelona and maybe Manchester United.
13 billion?
I mean, that the NFL, while it is a worldwide sport, you got to remember soccer dominates over there like football dominates over here. So that's the
either way. Who cares if it's if you're off a bit? That's a lot of dadgum money.
So I guess my question is, when there is a succession plan, is that an insane inheritance tax?
Well, I mean, yes, no, but here's the other thing. And listen, I'm not going to pretend I know all the ins and outs of inheritance tax, but I'm sure they have done everything in the world to mitigate as much of that as possible. Then you get, this is just one of many things Jerry Jones owns. But let's not act like he's, this is all of his investments. Then you have what's called step up in basis. This thing won't get sold in his lifetime because I don't think he'll be able to afford to sell it in his lifetime.
Because I think about his grant. Shy's a year younger than me. John Stevens, I think 2 years younger, 2 or 3. And then Haley, I believe, is a year older. So there's grandkids, and obviously in Stephen Jones.
Could have hitched your wagon to that deal, big boy.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm a Packers fan.
Well, I'd learned to
Lambeau South, baby. We own them in Dallas.
Hey, football season's here. The Hit That Line Now app is a must, whether you're at your tailgate or you're on the road for football. Take us along anywhere you go. And if you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's the Hit That Line Now app. It's got all of our live streaming. Plus, you can go in there, and at the bottom, there's a deal for podcast. You'll see the button there. Also, the YouTube button where you can watch all the press conferences, live videos on demand of our shows, and more. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
All right, when we come back, Hog Update. Heard from Marcus Woodson, passing game coordinator yesterday. We'll hear from him next.
I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. They made sure to tell me about it when I was in the stadium last year. We have to have a rivalry. You got to create it somehow. Yeah.
This is the Morning Rush.
I love my life, love my husband. Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
I'm going to have to lean towards Ty here.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Since the state's giving you a tax-free weekend, we figured we'd do even better. 3 weekends of state sales tax paid when you trade, and all the weekdays in between. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. Get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through August 16th. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choice is the ultimate luxury, and now it's yours with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic Box, loaded with lavish classics, the $7 Supreme Box, packed with decadent faves, or the $9 Discovery Box, now featuring the indulgent cheesy street chalupas. That's Lux. For less. The $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
Hey, it's Colton Little. Been trying to kill a little bit of time at work, so I logged on to MyBookie, and as the clock has ticked by, I've already made money, and I've already had a good time. They've got tons of great stuff on there. I'm talking about blackjack, roulette, live dealers, poker, and a full lineup of slots. They didn't make me download an app. All I had to do was just log in, made a quick deposit, and then I was playing games and winning money. If you're thinking about checking out MyBookie, you should have done it yesterday. Use the promo code HOGS, and they'll toss you a nice deposit match of up to $1,000. And now you can bet on the Hogs all season long with
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loved the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one
belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Blake's done a really nice job. He's way ahead of where he was in spring and playing fast and precise. He's got good hands, so he can make great catches, and he's got to be consistent and not drop the easy ones. You know, that's just concentration.
We're going to have Tom Murphy join us at 10 o'clock this morning. Tom has been on the record thinking that Raylan Sharp's going to lead the team this season in receptions. I'm really high on Omega Blake. Charlotte, South Carolina, now here in Fayetteville. Not just because of what Coach Bobby Petrino said about him, but what the Arkansas secondary is saying about it. Hey, who's giving you the most trouble, guys?
Omega Blake. Make a lot of plays. He got sure hands. And he's another vet as well. You know what he's doing. He knows how to get open.
That doesn't mean he's going to have 1,000+ yards and have a type of season like Andrew Armstrong had or Traylon Burks had in 2021, but that is encouraging that immediately they just and I forget, Christian, you cut. I forget which player said that initially, and the other two just kind of nod their head. I can't remember if it was Mitchell or who it was, but Tommy, it really sounds like Omega Blake is given the secondary fits in fall camp thus far.
Well, again, when we see it in a game, and one particularly that has SEC conference game in front of it, we'll put a little more validity into it. But listen, what would be a bigger problem is in practice, we got no one standing out. These stories alternate. I don't put a lot of stock in what comes out of camp because one day the defense had a great day, the next day the offense had a great day. You know why that is? Because the coaches set it up. It's by design. The coaches set it up that way.
Well, I think the other...
and it also is going to depend on which coach is talking that day, what stories they're going to tell.
Yeah, and you mentioned the importance of September the 13th when Arkansas will take on Ole Miss, which is very similar to what we were thinking about the Oklahoma State games. Like, you're not going to learn anything against UAPB. Talon had a magnificent day against the Golden Lions, and he really had a really good day for the most part against Oklahoma State, just didn't result in a win. He could put up just berserk numbers against Alabama A&M and the Red Wolves, but fans care about what he could do on the road in Oxford. And I mentioned this earlier this week. I know you're excited about Talon. I am too. I'm ready for year two. I like the mentality that him and the rest of the team are taking. But last season against ranked opponents in the SEC, Talon did not have a passing touchdown. If you have a similar stat like that this year, we're not going to win football games. So just something to keep an eye on. Can we see that initial jump that we've been hoping week 3 in Oxford, Mississippi? All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It is always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Brennan texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying you hate all preseason camp and fall camp season.
No. I just don't believe everything I'm told out of that.
It was, Christian, I know we both listened to it. I forget the player that Petrino was talking with that apparently just told him, he looked at him at coaches.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
I love camp. And I can't remember who the player was.
Yeah.
You remember who it was?
No.
But apparently the player was just like next to Petrino one day.
One of his wide receivers.
Yeah. Just, man, Coach, I love camp. I love this. and I'm
No, it was one of the linemen. It was one of the linemen. It was one of the linemen.
Was it Cash Courtney? I think it was Cash Courtney.
It was one of the linemen, though.
Okay. Brent's and Cersei also on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brent, good morning.
Brent has been around football long enough. Brent understands everything you hear in August is not always accurate, is it, Brent?
That is 100% correct, Tommy Kraft.
So what's up, man? How are you this morning? Yeah.
I'm outstanding. Long time no talk.
Yeah. Where you been? I hear you on Chuck and Bo. I hear you call the other shows. You know, it's like you've forgotten us.
No, nope. The mouth has been laying low. Just getting ready for this football season. The mouth's excited for this football season.
Why is the mouth excited?
Well, you look at our schedule, and I took flack from Bart Pullman today, that bastion of football knowledge.
Yeah, well, he is that.
When I told him I'm tired of hearing our schedule's tough. We don't play Georgia. We don't play Alabama. We play Texas and Notre Dame are the two teams that nobody thinks we've got a chance to win.
Well, I keep hearing this road game at Memphis is going to be hard too. That's what I keep hearing.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me tell you, the 2-week stretch where we go to Ole Miss and Memphis will tell the tale for this season.
Yeah,
if we
agree with that.
If we split it and go 1-1, we'll have a that's a key game. Memphis is a game that we better have all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted, because they're a good football team. They aren't the Memphis State of Rip Shear.
Oh, they've been 9 and 10 game winners here a lot recently, but
yeah.
But you're an SEC. I contend you're an SEC team. You shouldn't be awake at night because of a road trip to Memphis.
You shouldn't be, but times are different now, Tommy.
I know
the rosters are a lot closer together than you think.
The fact that we are, and I'm not saying it's unjustified, tells you where the state of the program's at.
Brent, appreciate the call. I mean, Memphis.
Sorry we had to cut it short.
We've put more in stock on Arkansas State wanting to play the Razorbacks. Memphis is pumped about this game too. They got an SEC team in their newly renovated stadium.
They'll sell all them tickets
that we think is going to be. It's going to be ready, right?
I don't think it's going to be quite ready.
Okay,
still going to be under construction. Hey, if you're looking for action on the season, we got games coming up on the 23rd. I think Iowa State, Kansas State, and Ireland is the first big time game. Got a few other games on the 23rd. You can get the Bet Saracen app. Plus, when you sign up now as a new customer, you get put in the promo code WELCOME. After your first $25 bet, they're going to load up your account with $125 of action into your account. That's promo code WELCOME. The Bet Saracen app, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
All right, when we come back, Morning Rush Daily Question. It's a Thursday. We're 16 days out from the season.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hawks.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
You are really good at what you guys do. Y'all know your sports and you know your information. That is for sure.
This is the Morning Rush.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
We've seen it all. Recessions, tornadoes, even a global pandemic. But Hug Chevrolet GMC never closed its doors. We stuck with our community because they stuck with us. And through it all, one thing never changed: our commitment to serve, support, and stay local. Hug Chevrolet GMC, built to last, just like the people we serve.
You looking to revamp your closet? Tired of wearing the same old stuff? Hey, Ty Richardson for Roback, one of our new partners here at ESPN Arkansas. Hoodies, joggers, polos, you name it, they have it. Thankfully, Roback is licensed by the University of Arkansas, so you can add to your Razorback collection. Here's the best part. Because you're an ESPN Arkansas listener, you're going to get 20% off your first order. Just use the code RUSH25 at roback.com. That's RHOBACK.com.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Fill her up, please.
The Polaris Slingshot isn't just a ride, it's an experience. Come see it yourself at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. Call or text 479-783-5822 or visit WheelerPowersports.com. Ask about potential special financing promos available for a limited time, and ask about the 10th anniversary Slingshot available in limited supplies. Polaris Slingshot, where the ride is the destination. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967 in downtown Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
I noticed in the extensive note package this morning, as I was reading through, well before dawn, it is National Relaxation Day. Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by Cart Pass Social. What do you consider relaxation? What is relaxing to you? Everybody's got an answer. None of them are wrong. National Relaxation Day. If you could relax today, how would you go about doing it? Lewis Automotive Group hotline open. Call or text will take your answers. Ty, how would you relax today?
I haven't done this in a while, and I'm not talking about the new age Eno hammocks, but an old school sewn together hammock like the good old days. Rope, whole 9 yards. That was relaxing. My dad used to have one back in the day. There's swings, there's different things, and I still, if I'm not doing anything and I see a park swing, that's relaxing. Just go up and back and forth, up and down. But a hammock back in the day was very relaxing, very soothing. Not so much a fan of the new Eno stuff because I think it's too granola for me. But yeah, an old school hammock.
See, to me, you say, well, fishing or golf, that's an activity. And it can lead to relaxation. But golf, both of those are, golf especially, a little more mental work. Not so physical necessarily, but, there's some mental challenge to getting around 18 holes of golf. And so people say, well, go golf and relax. Well, I can do one or the other. I can't do both.
Yeah.
To me, if I just want to sit, chill, and unwind. Because some people accuse me every now and then of being a little tightly wound. I don't know where they come up with it. But, man, you put me by the fire pit, a little glass of brown water, maybe some George Strait on the Bluetooth speaker. Give me about an hour or two of that, and I can chill a little bit. So, to me, it's fire pit, good old country and western music, and a glass of bourbon.
I don't think what else. Now
I love sitting on the. I'm sorry. I love to sit on the front of the boat at sunset when I have a chance and just float and drink a beer, listening to music. That's about as peaceful as it gets. Is at Norfolk Lake, 7:30 at night, sun's going down over Corey Marina. Give me a cold beer in my hand. That's pretty good right there too.
My thing is like, I'm young, so I don't want to feel like in 10 or 20 years that I missed out on doing stuff. I've been accused of burning the candle at both ends by some of my friends' parents because I'm always doing stuff. It's like, well, I probably won't be able to do this in 10 or 20 years. So I really don't relax that much.
My wife is you're always on the go. You won't sit still.
Dan and Rogers texting in.
I get anxious if I do.
With you on golfing and fishing, but fun is not always entirely relaxing. Pro Fire Pit and Barley Pop, like you're talking about. I think, so from a golf standpoint, like we're going to be at the beach next week, and we have 3 different golf rounds we're playing. None of those are going to be relaxing. They're going to include vulgar harassment from all our friends, intense shots, probably come down to the 17th or 18th. That's not relaxing. That's intense. Like
it's fun. Though.
It's fun. But the beach aspect, the view that we'll get from our buddy's house and stuff like that, that to me is just like just hanging out with college buddies I met at the U of A. That is relaxing, not the golf aspect. So I get it from your vantage point.
All right, let's go to the phone lines, get some answers. These guys want to weigh in on this, Big C? Don't know. All right, Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. Chris from Fort Smith, what's your idea of relaxing, Chris? It's National Relaxation Day.
Hey, guys, good morning.
Yeah.
Relaxing for me is probably sipping on a tall, cold beer and playing some cornhole out in the yard.
There you go. All right. I like it. What else on your mind?
I'll tell you what, man. The tension's been building for about 3 weeks. You know, the football season's coming upon us. And I appreciate all you guys, what you guys do. You know, music on the radio just doesn't do it for me because you hear the same song 20 times. And I'll tell you what I've been hearing every single day for the last 3 weeks is, hey, we're going to win this game. We're going to lose this game. The only game we should be worried about right now is August 30th, Alabama A&M, 3:15 p.m.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, I feel like you can get caught up in looking ahead, and
that tells us where we are.
But we're not playing. But Chris, we're not playing. We can look ahead.
You can look ahead, but from a fan base, you know, you heard Adam.
Did we lose Chris?
I guess so. But
Chris, I hear what you're saying, but from the end of the College World Series or the end of the Arkansas baseball season till the start of football, we got about 60 shows we got to do. We've got to look ahead.
None of them are good.
Yeah, we've got to look ahead.
If you were playing the likes of Memphis or Arkansas State in week 1, then that's a conversation I think that would be worth indulging in.
Yeah.
Chris, they're going to smack these guys. I mean, it's not going to be close. They were playing, if I remember right, I think I have this timeline right. I think Missouri State was scheduled for this year, and then they changed it out with this game instead because Missouri State's actually been a decent program. They're going to mop the floor with these guys. Move on to week 2 against Little Rock. It's going to be probably similar to what you saw against UAPB last year. Talen's going to go off. Numbers are going to be skewed a little bit. I wouldn't worry about it.
Ryan's in Hot Springs on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ryan, what's your idea of relaxing?
Well, it depends on if it's football season or not. If it's not, then I'm watching something on YouTube about hunting or fishing, learn some new techniques that I want to apply to, what I do. If it is football season, then I'm either watching a replay or watching an actual game that's going on. And I got a question for you, Tommy. Did you get my my picture yesterday I sent to y'all on the text line?
I don't think I saw that. We'll have to go back and dig that up.
So yesterday it was kind of a weird day. We went out. We were trying to catch stripers with live shed, but they weren't biting. So we're getting to break with some chum. Just throwing out the sick ones. Well, anyway, in the middle of all this, we actually had trout breaking, and I actually wound up catching one that was a little over 4 pounds. Caught a dead gum rainbow trout on a white fluke. You ever heard of that?
Where at?
On Hamilton, just below the dam.
Wow.
They were coming up out of the moss.
A 4-pound rainbow is pretty good fish.
Yes, sir. And the crazy part is I didn't think it was that big when I had it on. And my buddy knows a little more about that kind of stuff, and he's like, I went to boat flip it like a bass. He's like, don't do that. And about that time, I went to boat flip, and I'm like, oh, crap, it's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And
net
anyway,
that baby. Yeah. That's a good one.
Well,
I'll find that picture.
That.
Yeah.
But we threw it back. It got thrown back. So, but if I have to, I'll find you back on Twitter if I need to send it to you directly.
All right.
But biggest trout I ever caught.
Yeah. Ryan, thanks for the call. That 4-pounder, that not only make my day, make my year. All right, that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. How you relaxing on National Relaxation Day? It's brought to you by Cart Path Social.
Yeah, go by and see Christian Olsen, Nate Garahan. I know they're really excited for what's to come this football season. NFL Sundays, college football Saturdays, team building exercises that you can do at Cart Path Social. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. It's a great location that you can stop in Northwest Arkansas and experience a facility that was built by two Rogers guys, two guys that went to school at the U of A, two of my buddies, and they have put together an incredible facility where you can play over 1,000 different golf courses. CartPathSocial.com. It's always BYOB at Cart Path Social. Back to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ben is in Fayetteville. Ben, fire away, man. What's up? Brother Ben, you there? All right. Brian's in Ozark. What's up, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, Ty?
Nothing much, man.
Well, first of all, I'll be seeing you all in the morning, right, at Hardee's?
All right. 1820 Phoenix Avenue.
Okay, I'll be there. Second thing, I agree with what Tommy was saying earlier. I listened to Bobby Petrino's interview, which meant nothing. I mean, he can say their coaches can talk their team up because that's what they're supposed to do. They're not going to say anything negative. But here's the deal. There are some elite defenses. I don't believe Bobby Petrino is going to have a cue to do with Texas' defense. I know that y'all were talking about whether they got better or not. Texas' defense was great last year. They're even better this year.
How do you know that yet?
Linemen,
how do you know they're even better? They haven't played a game yet.
Okay, on paper they're better. The four
Okay,
defensive linemen they've got, they're not going to have an answer for Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, Justice Terry. Those dudes are all going to the NFL. Texas will have the best defense that Arkansas will see this year.
But perhaps they will.
Brian,
maybe they don't play their best. Maybe they don't play their best that day, Brian.
Brian, is it a disappointment if Texas doesn't win a national championship, which would be 2 straight decades?
Absolutely. Yeah, it will be a very bad year if Texas does not play.
Do you think they're going to do that with the schedule that they have?
Yes.
So you think
Texas is 14-0 on the road in the last 3 years. They beat Alabama easily last 2 years ago. They walked in and they easily stomped Michigan, which, everybody said Michigan wasn't good. Michigan beat Ohio State. I think they beat Ohio State, no problem. 1 or 2 scores. Georgia is payback.
Okay. In Athens? That game's in Athens, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so
I'm worried about Florida. I'm worried about Florida more than I am Ohio State or Georgia.
And that Florida game's in Gainesville week 6. All right, that's it. So you think they're going to go to Athens, Georgia, to Sanford Stadium, and you think they're going to go to the Horseshoe week 1 and win both those games?
Yes.
Okay. Are they going 12-0?
I'm not ready to say they're going 12-0. Like I said, I'm a little bit worried
They
about
got the best
Florida.
defense in the world. What are you talking about?
best defenses, you know.
Well, how are they going to lose the game? How are they not going to go 12-0? They got the best defense in the world.
I didn't say the world. I said in this season. And the best, they do have the best defense in the SEC.
All right. Well, that's the world in college football. Brian, we'll see you tomorrow at Hardee's. Hey, if you're planning a trip to Northwest Arkansas for the football season, which is 16 days away, got some key home games in October. Call the Inn at the Mill to get your weekend reserved, 479-443-1800. Miss Jennifer's there. She's so friendly, bright and bubbly. That'd be a good way to describe Jennifer. And she'll get you all set up, get you in the system, get your suite reserved for the weekends that you are coming to town. 479-443-1800. We'll see you there at the Inn at the Mill, just off the Johnson exit off I-49, or online at innatthemill.com.
We'll check in with Tom Murphy when we come back. Hour 2 the Morning Rush is next.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go
Hawks.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Since the state's giving you a tax-free weekend, we figured we'd do even better. 3 weekends of state sales tax paid when you trade, and all the weekdays in between. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. Get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through August 16th. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Automotive.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunshine, a chance of isolated showers and storms. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the lower 90s. Mainly clear skies tonight. Overnight low will drop down into the lower 70s, and then we could dance around a few more scattered showers and storms for Friday. A high in the mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 16 days. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
The national media had Arkansas going 4-8, 5-7, and they went and won 7 games. Kind of got to say, last year was a little bit of overachieved a little bit last year. Not necessarily saying the way they did it was good. I'm just talking about the preseason expectations.
I've always been counted out my whole life, and that's why I love Arkansas.
I believe they'll win 9 games this year. I'm looking at some things. I've seen some things. I know that you probably both think I'm crazy. Typically, I would be the guy that would say 5-6 wins, but there's just something different.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, so is Kevin and Rogers crazy? That was the guy that you heard at the end of that open there about the possibility of a 9-3 upcoming season. I heard 10-2 yesterday on some radio airwaves as well.
10-2.
I personally.
10, whoa! Back up. Where did you hear something?
Not our airwaves, but somewhere else. I'm personally.
Wait, you were cheating on us?
Yeah. I cheat on us all the time. I listen to a lot of different things.
I am
a radio.
I feel a little scorned.
A radio
station vehicle.
You know what? I'm a loose radio.
I didn't know there were other airwaves. Didn't he know they existed?
I listen to a lot of different things. Some things I should, some things I shouldn't. I listen to our daily programming. I listen to the Razorback games with Chuck and Quinn and Z and Phil and Bubba. But yeah, I was listening somewhere else yesterday. Don't worry about it. It's okay. But yeah, 10-2 was at least entertained.
I'm deeply hurt.
Kevin entertained us yesterday with the 9-3.
I thought you listened every afternoon to Ruskin and Zach for show notes for today's show.
I listen to all of our
always
shows.
Hear them say their show prep for everybody else.
I think it's like when a radio host says, I don't listen to other shows, that is the equivalent of a college football coach saying the exact same thing. It's not true. Everyone steals from one another, whether national shows, local shows. It's just a bull-faced lie. It's the exact same thing. In fact, it might even be less true than college football coaches. Tom's going to join us coming up. What is to me, we talked about this, like the ceiling is 8. I think you and I agree on that. I think my question would be, So are you more excited about football just being back or Arkansas football? Because there's two different things there. There's two different roadways. Now, obviously, in conjunction, they combine. Football season means Arkansas is playing. But do you care just more about football being back? Or are you excited about this Arkansas football team in our year 2025?
I'm excited about Arkansas. I mean, it's a new team, a new season. Why not be excited? I mean, I don't want to go. I mean, you don't.
Can both be the answer?
You had to wait all year for this moment.
Both can be an answer. It's an acceptable answer.
You had to wait all year for this moment.
All right, we got to get to some phone calls on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Tom Murphy coming up in just a minute. We got a lot to get to here. First, a word for Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue, next to Sodi's and Fort Smith. You like live music, guys? Y'all like going out and hearing?
As long as it doesn't drone out the pleasant conversation that I've had even with the person across from me. Yes.
Uncorked's got two of the best you're going to hear coming up for live music. This weekend, James Strong, and then on the 22nd, some guy named Rob. Some of the favorites. Yeah, they're both really good. So if you want to come out and sit on the patio, they're going to have great music, take a load off on your Friday night, and enjoy some great, familiar live music that is really good. You know, sometimes you go to live music and it's not really good because they're just not good. Well, that's not what you're going to get with James Strong and some guy named Rob. So next couple weeks, 7 o'clock music, it's going to be great. Plus, you can tempt your taste buds with some of their great appetizers and entrees. I don't know how you beat the pork chop on their menu, but shrimp and grits is great. They got the spicy meatballs for an appetizer, the fried deviled eggs. If you like deviled eggs at all, you're going to love these. They are like the best thing ever. Plus, unique cocktails, craft pours and craft beers and all kinds of unique stuff that you're going to find in specialty wines that are not available anywhere else. It's Uncorked, next to Sodi's in Fort Smith, right on Phoenix Avenue. UncorkedTheFort.com to make your reservations. Hang out where we love to hang out. That's Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Sean's in Mountain Home this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Sean, good morning.
Hey, man. How are you, Ty?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. Tommy, how's things over there in the corner?
Well, doing good. I mean, Ty puts me over here in the corner and lets me kind of peek out around the corner every now and then.
Baby in the corner.
Yeah.
I had a rare opportunity to listen to you guys today instead of Chuck and Bo. You know, normally I'm listening to Chuck and Bo every morning on my way to the river.
I can't blame you. You know, I would too. So.
I thought I better check in with you guys today.
Yeah.
Just as I turned it on, you're like, "Hey, what's the best way to relax?" And I thought, man, I'm a boring old dude anymore. Now I look forward to the one day a month you get to sleep in and not be rolling to the river every day.
Yeah, well, sleeping in, Sean's like 6:30, right?
I guarantee it. It's a normal 4:15 roll every morning.
Yeah. So, Sean,
hey,
for those that don't know, and Sean's
go ahead.
Sean's one of the best fishing guys in the White River. He's one of the guys at Gaston's that takes us out. So we're talking to an expert here when it comes to the White River.
I appreciate the plug there. And the fishing has been phenomenal, man. No doubt. This big water rolling every day, it's got them fattened up and doing their thing again. You need to bring Ty over sometime and us three jump in a boat and go see if we can catch a hunter today.
Well, that'd be a good way to relax.
It'd be hell for you, man. You don't want me on that boat.
Yeah.
You'd probably get a hook stuck in your eye or something.
Oh, man.
Well,
not intentionally, of course.
It wouldn't be my first time, Chief.
So,
hey, I was listening to Dory and Bo yesterday as they were talking about this year's team. And, well, to kind of jump back on that question that Ty just asked, are you excited for football or Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to watch some Arkansas football. I don't care how many people out there say that at best they'll be a 5-7 or a 6-6. Dude, I don't believe that for a minute. I believe that they're better in most positions than they were last year. And yeah, they got a brutal schedule, but I can't wait to watch them play just like you guys can. And how can anyone even reference as to what's going to happen? Because like Dory and Bo mentioned yesterday, we don't even know the players. You know, I mean, you might know 3 or 4 of them from where they were last year or the year before. And this portal thing is definitely a crazy deal. I have that discussion almost every day in my boat.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine being a Division I head coach today with the challenges. It's new every year. But after listening to Bobby on social media the last 3 or 4 days, I can't wait to watch them. And I guess I was curious, have you or Ty got to go watch them practice at all?
I have not been in person yet. They got another scrimmage coming up. We're going to see what we can do this Saturday. We're giving away our football trip, but I know they got a big scrimmage on Saturday, and hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of that.
John, I'll be honest. I've been lazy. I hadn't gone up there and watched them. We've had some other things with Colton having his kid and other things to get ready for football.
Well, and they've
season.
been practicing when we're on the air.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's
the open sessions is, like Tommy said, usually it's been, I think, 9:15, 9:30. So I mean, I guess we could. I couldn't. We're not supposed to be reporting live there from anything. So you could chalk it up to my laziness or just the inability.
Hey, Sean, Ty's got an hour and a half of getting his hair ready every morning. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into getting his golden locks looking luscious.
Yeah. He and I are vastly different on that level. He gets the brush and comb, and I get to slap on a ball cap and cover up a scalp.
Well, I'm gonna call Clint, get us hooked up. We're gonna come fishing.
Yep.
Will you take us out for an afternoon? We got to do this radio show. That's part of the problem. We can't get out there early, so maybe you can take us out after lunch.
We'll go as soon as you finish it up, Chief.
All right, sounds good, my man. Look forward to seeing you.
All right, Kevin's in Rogers this morning. Kevin, we used you a little bit from yesterday. What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for the bump this morning. I appreciate that. You know, everybody thinks I'm crazy, probably.
We're raising your street
Tommy,
cred, man. We're bringing your street cred up, Kevin.
Yeah, I wish you guys could get up here to Northwest Arkansas and have an event, like at a Hardee's we don't have Hardee's, but, at one of the restaurants early, and it's great to meet you guys in person.
We can do that.
And, talk about Brian. He calls, he called early on the Bro Show also. Same old thing, Chuck was so funny with him because he goes, well, the national media says this. He goes, oh, yeah, we can trust him. He goes, that's right. I mean, he didn't even know he was being made fun of, so it was kind of funny. But, I mean, I literally listened to it. I was in the car, and he goes, well, all the national media says, blah, 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 blah about them. And Chuck goes, yeah, and you got to trust them or believe them. He goes, that's right. Like, he thought Chuck was, agreeing with him. It was hilarious.
Well,
you don't know how
Texas
good
fan.
anybody.
So arrogant,
No,
they believe the jokes are so arrogant.
I will give them this. And I'm not, a Texas fan at all, as you know, but their back seven is as good in defense as anybody in college football. But you still got 4 other players you got to play with there. Looking at their schedule, they're not going to beat Ohio State the first game of the year in Columbus. I don't know they'll play in front of a bigger crowd even in the SEC. I mean, that's a crazy place. So, and they're not even favored, and they're number 1 preseason. So what's that tell you? And talk about that national media. I want to talk about the Razorback schedule back to this 9-3. I've looked at it. I have a friend who does refereeing during the practice stuff. I've talked to a fish with him. Fishing's the most relaxing thing you can do.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I mean, it is, but
well,
I've got 7 guaranteed wins that they're not going to lose 7 games.
Wow. All right, let's hear them.
So, Alabama A&M, Arkansas State, Memphis, A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Missouri. How many is that? Is that 7?
That'd be a good year. Be a great year.
Okay, you got 7. So you've got 2 games that you don't even have to go 500. You got 5 games, right? Out of those, you got 7 wins. 5 of those games, you find a way to pick up 2 wins out of 5. That's 9 wins. There it is.
See, I can get with 6 of those wins. How do you think Missouri is an absolute win, considering what Drink has done against Arkansas and what collectively has happened in that game?
That's over. That's over this year. I'm just telling you.
We're due.
I can't stand
We're due.
Missouri.
We're due.
I'm just telling you that's over. that is, I mean, I don't even know who he's got coming back. Everybody's talking about by the end of the year they're going to be real good. They may start the season 1-5. Who knows?
Not with that schedule.
Missouri.
They'll be 6-0. They don't leave Columbia
Well,
until
I haven't looked at their schedule, but the national media has talked about them a little bit that they're going to struggle early. I don't know who they're playing, but his days that's over. We can bet breakfast on it or something if you want. Up here, but we're going to beat them by 2 touchdowns.
That'd be the happiest bet I would ever have to pay off. I'm not as confident as you. Kevin, appreciate the call. We'll get back to the callers coming up.
Lewis Automotive Group hotline popping this morning.
Yeah, where Tom is currently right now. Tom, he's got Missouri as chalked up as a win this year. Where you at in that game?
That game's after Thanksgiving, Ty.
It's the last game of the season.
We're not to Labor Day yet. Tom, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, that's a very optimistic view that guy had because there's no telling what course each of these team seasons will take by then. And he also predicted the wins over both A&M and Missouri, which, they've struggled in both of those series. So if they're able to do that, it's, a little bit of a marker that the 2 additions to the league from 2012 that have kind of ruled the series that Arkansas gets back on. But we'll see.
Tom, we got a chance to listen to Marcus Woodson yesterday, passing game coordinator, also Larry Worth, Mitchell, and some other guys this week. Passing defense was not great last year. Stats-wise, you were one of the worst, if not the worst, in the Southeastern Conference. What is your confidence level with these veteran pieces that haven't necessarily played a lot of snaps here at Arkansas, but have played a lot of college football heading into this fall?
Well, that is a great question because I think the combination of whether or not they get any kind of pass rush with 4 or possibly 5 guys combined with what the coverage is going to look like on the back end might be the biggest question. And I wrote about a week ago that wide receiver was the biggest question, but I really now think it's the combo pass rush coverage, and because there's so many new guys at cornerback, and will Selman Bridges have a better second year here? Will Julian Neal and some of these new cornerbacks, Keyshawn Davila and Kanai Walker, be able to really contribute? So I think I think they're feeling better about the safeties than maybe what it looked like in summer. But again, that remains to be seen. Miguel Mitchell's very fast, Larry Worth very versatile, but they are going to need to do some coverage, and they really struggled with coverage at corner and safety, in my opinion, last year. So what I do like about Marcus Woodson, he's a fantastic communicator. I mean, he talks like a guy who will someday be a head coach. And I actually asked him about the fact that Sam Pittman and Kyle Parkinson, rotate through every assistant coach during both spring and camp. And I think it's a great way for those coaches to not only talk about their units and what have you, but have to think on their feet and speak publicly. And Marcus Woodson called it a great professional development opportunity for those coaches. I'm not sure how many coaches across the league do it, but I don't think very many. And I don't know. I like to hear from every assistant coach in camp, and it's a neat deal.
Yeah. It also makes them understand what the head coach has to go through every Monday and then following every game a few times a week, the SEC calls. So I think it's also important that the staff understands that's not been in that spot like Bobby Petrino has. The rest of a lot of these guys haven't. Hey, this is if we don't do our job and our team doesn't play well, it can get pretty tough on the boss come Monday following a game.
That's absolutely true. And, of course, here in camp, things are positive, the depth's in good shape and all that kind of stuff. They're not facing – I mean, Marcus Woodson was asked about the pass defense having a backslide last year. So that's a relatively tough question, but it's a very logical question. And it's not like, when you lose a game against Liberty at home or something like that where the questions are obviously tougher because you were supposed to win that game. So, but I just think it's great training for these coaches to understand, what the head coach is going through and what it's like.
Yeah, not a lot of staff overhaul this year. Staff's been pretty stable. All the coordinators back, as we've talked about ad nauseum. But what have you seen when in the periods we've been able to watch, and you've been there for every one of them? What are you seeing? Is there anything different this year with the way the staff's interacting with the players, the way the staff interacts with each other? Any noticeable differences this year in how the team is being coached?
Tommy, I wouldn't say nothing really just jumps out. I mean, some of the coaches charter, and that's typically, you'll hear from Mateos and Deke Adams, who we do talk to today, that get on to their kids. And there was a day recently where Marcus Woodson got on to, Travis Williams got on to the transfer linebacker Andrew Harris. And he was asked about that. And it's like, hey, he wasn't here. We think he's going to help us. So you have to coach him harder. Like prepare them for, if you're going to play, you got to be this and read this and get there. And so Andrew Harris is going to be a real nice kind of question mark player for this team. Like, is he the fourth linebacker behind the three that we know, Sorey, Dix, and Bradley Shaw? He could be that fourth. He's certainly a popper, but he doesn't have a whole lot of stats from his time at Central Florida. So we'll see that. But no, I mean, honestly, the minimal amount of periods we get, I think it's when the heat of, the practice is getting longer, guys are getting tireder, and what the coaches talk about then, that you'd get more insight into that.
Tom Murphy with us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. A scrimmage this Saturday, I would assume another one on the 23rd. How far does this Saturday's scrimmage go in forming the depth chart, at least for game one? I presume we're not going to see one till game one. That's kind of standard operating procedure, but I would think behind the scenes, what happens this Saturday, what's put on tape, will probably start forming who the ones really are and who the twos really are.
That is the absolute truth, because we know that both Taylor Green and KJ Jackson had really good passing days. And so were you not generating enough pass rush? Did you not use enough blitz packages to get a better picture? Because Travis Williams said they wanted the players to not have to think a lot for that scrimmage. So I think it's going to go a long way in determining depth. And, yeah, it's probably going to be the week of the opener that we'll see the depth chart for the first time. But I think the Saturday before the opener, though, it's usually the mock game where it's not quite as physical. So this next scrimmage, I think, is going to be the next, it's going to be the longest game-like live tackling situation they'll have between now and Alabama A&M.
Petrino used to love to have like those. I mean, they were literally like 200-play scrimmages. And I don't know it go that long, but, man, he'd have some doozies, wouldn't he, back in the day?
He had some marathon ones. I know I went to a wedding one time in North Carolina, and so Bob handled a spring scrimmage. And when I got back, they were all talking about it was 180 plays plus. Dudes were getting tired. The reporters were getting tired. It was a hot day. And, yeah, he had some marathon scrimmages that really test the players' like focus, ability, stamina, all that kind of stuff. It's always a test, right? And so I'm not sure if they go 180 on this one, but if last week's was 140-ish, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it that long, or maybe 150.
Tom, good stuff as always, man. We'll do it next week, and maybe we'll have some more thoughts after this scrimmage this weekend.
Oh, we will. Y'all have a good weekend. See you.
All right, Tom Murphy from the practice field giving us some insight what's going on. Huge practice again this Saturday, and again, I think that goes a long ways to determining separation, at least on the depth chart, because this is the last big one before you have the walkthrough on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're thinking about lunch today, Joe's Grill and Cantina is the spot. You know what it is? It's Throwback Thursday. We tell you about it every week. Throwback Thursday, the Cuco's platters, they bring those back out. These are full-size platters. The Acapulco is one of my favorite, the Cancun, and they've got a variety of things. If you like the enchiladas, but you also like the tacos, and you like the tostado that goes with it, they've got a variety of platters that really feed you in a to-go box. So you got a little bit left over for that afternoon snack as well. They're making fresh salsa as we speak. Chips that are crispy and hot and fresh every day. Great service, full bar, great Tex-Mex food. That's what you're always going to find at Joe's Grill and Cantina. It's Throwback Thursday, Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
new deal was struck yesterday with the Tennessee Athletic Department. We got to get into that in our SEC update coming up here. Stay with us. It's a Morning Rush edition on a Thursday.
It's like going to bed married to Beyonce and waking up with Whoopi Goldberg laying next to you, brother. How do we accept it?
This is the Morning Rush.
Everybody, woo pig suey.
This is the Morning Rush.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has hit your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not... Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks.
This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest. The Hawks have finally Friday holds the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
You know, his primary right now is free safety to the field. You know, Caleb comes obviously from Auburn, and he's brought a lot of experience with him as well. He's a guy that's, you know, continuing to grow into a leader. And I've been really impressed with his energy at practice, his consistency, and, you know, his communication skills as well.
When they were recording yesterday, Big C was in the other room, and he comes up to me, and it's like, who's like breathing in it?
In some of them, he burps.
Yeah, burps in the mic in the background. That was Marcus Woodson talking about Caleb Wooden, who is the new transfer from Auburn, who Hugh Freeze had good things to say about it. SEC Media Days, his brother, if I remember the story correctly, listening to yesterday, his brother played for T-Will at Auburn, so there's kind of a cool connection there with him and Coach Woodson. But it's going to be a vital part of your secondary this year. So when it comes to the back end of your defense, there's not a lot of familiar faces that were here last year. Mitchell played 4 games in the bowl game. Worth was here last year. Bridges is a young guy. But you've got a lot of young players that have played college football. Not necessarily SEC football like Caleb Wooden has, but that's something, if you're wanting to be on the pro positive side of maybe what your secondary could be, that's what you lean into this fall.
Don't disagree. And, for what we'll see with this defense, in particular, talking about them, that, how do they defend the pass? Are they better on that back seven? How much pass rush can Cam Ball and get up front? Because it all goes together. I mean, if you don't get pass rush, you're just going to get picked apart. So we'll see how all that functions.
That's what happened against LSU last year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting any pressure and making the quarterback uncomfortable, your secondary can't hold on forever.
They didn't force any turnovers last year, and they didn't get many sacks last year. That has to change, and I know that's been a big emphasis from Travis Williams.
And you made the point yesterday that, those turnovers they did get all kind of wadded up in 2 games.
Yeah, 2/3 of your turnovers were in 2 games from Mississippi State and Auburn. So hopefully they're more spread out and they're more numerous this upcoming season. We Tommy, get to sit in the press conferences after the game. Oklahoma, listen to this. Oklahoma is charging fans a fee of an astronomical amount, I think, to sit in on the post-game press conferences and players to hear from Brent Venables and players as well. How much do you think it is per person to sit in on a press conference? That also is a bad idea because you're going to have a drunk fan that's going to be like, what happened here, coach? Yep. How much do you think?
They didn't say they get to ask questions. You said sit in.
But
they're
also
yell.
Well, I can't imagine you'd pay much for this, but I'm going to guess they're probably charging $500 a head or something.
You're close. $692.11.
Well, how do you come up with $692.11?
Who's going to do
tax? Maybe, I don't know. Just
you don't know. Well, you didn't research the story. You didn't make some phone calls. Didn't flesh this out.
No,
this is
I don't.
A bad idea.
I don't know how they came to the determination of that being
$692.11.
Yeah, worth that. But there will be an Oklahoma fan or two this season that decides to do it.
Don't waste your money.
The funny thing is
you can watch them for free online.
Yes, I would think that would be the way to do it. Michigan comes in there week 2. That'll be a heck of a football game. You got Ohio State, Texas week 1, that game week 2. I mean, those are some pivotal football games for the Horns and the Sooners initially to start the year.
Who would pay $700 to sit in a press conference?
Somebody who wants to yell at the coach.
You don't get to yell and scream in a press conference. You don't get to ask questions. You're sitting there listening to grown men ask grown men questions.
Yeah, respected people like you and me are asking the questions that oftentimes are not always the best of questions.
I ask great questions.
When's the last time you've asked a question in a press conference?
Media days.
Okay, before that.
It's been a while.
In a game, yeah.
Yeah.
SEC update continues. Did you see Jake Fromm is actually an insurance agent, former Georgia quarterback who had a cup of coffee in the National Football League, but it's not with State Farm. He's out of some brokerage.
Jake
in
from
Atlanta.
State Farm.
Yeah,
That's easy.
you would think that would be an easy sell, but it's not. It's not with State Farm. It's from another brokerage in Atlanta somewhere. I think it's.
I'm going to guess he's probably with like one of these independent companies.
Yes,
and
he is.
Probably has an opportunity to do a little better that way.
I would think that as a former Georgia quarterback, or a former quarterback in any SEC school that had success, that would be something you'd be able to find.
Might open up
after.
a few doors.
Yes, it would. Last thing here.
Talk some deductibles. Talk a little premium coverage.
I don't know any of. I just pay it and hopefully nothing bad happens.
Hopefully you're not reminded of what your deductible is. That's never good.
That's a good way to look at it. Joey Aguilar's been named the Tennessee starter about 2 weeks from their initial game against Syracuse. They also, Tom, I don't know if you saw, they signed a deal with Adidas is around $20 million reportedly. Will Tennessee past 2026 ever win a national championship in Adidas?
No.
Matt Jones, listen, I was listening to Matt talk about this yesterday on halftime. That is not a I can't think of a team that's won a national championship wearing Adidas in football.
No. Maybe in basketball.
Basketball, maybe. And I guess
we used to
I don't wear Adidas anymore.
We're a little. Arkansas wore a little. I think it was 1 year of Ryan, maybe. 1 year, maybe it's 2009.
They were decked out in Adidas.
You had what?
They had
Russell.
Apex in 95.
It was Apex. You've had Russell. You've had Nike. Who else am I missing? Adidas. That's 4.
Never been Under Armour to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's like an Auburn thing. I don't know if they're back to Nike or not. But again, 20 compared to 5. Nike was apparently paying them about 5.5.
I don't blame them.
Adidas is paying 20. That's $14.5 million, some of which is going to student athletes.
Don't blame them.
So if Adidas came to Arkansas, here's a better one. If Pepsi came back to Arkansas and said, we'll pay you double what Coke's paying you to be back.
No brainer.
Would you sacrifice?
Well, it's a no-brainer.
I don't have a huge. I know you do.
Well, you can't even get a Coke Zero in the stadium. I mean, you can at the fountain drinks at basketball, but like last year at football, you had to go to only a certain place or two to get a Coke Zero.
I know it was like like when Hunter put out the video of the kid holding up a Coke next to Mean Joe Green. Everyone made a big deal out of it, and I think it's pretty consensus that people like Coke more than Pepsi. But to me, it's like I don't frown or anything when they say they have Pepsi. I've never been like that. A soft drink to me is a soft drink. They're not that big a difference. Yeah, exactly. That's where I stand.
Oh, that's what down at Alligator Alcatraz, that Diet Pepsi is what they're giving them down there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they'll talk.
I forgot. Yeah, you're very against Pepsi products.
Oh,
I don't mind them. People have their taste. People pick what they like early on and they stick to it.
No. All right, that is your SEC update. You know, the final big holiday of the summer is coming up. That's Labor Day weekend. The Arkansas State Police have asked us to remind you that be careful on the roadways this year. Don't drink and drive. And this last weekend's filled with trips to the lake, pool parties, backyard barbecues. The Labor Day weekend has not always been a traditional, has become a traditional time for family and friends to get together to kind of close down summer and have some fun. Sadly, the holiday has also become one of the deadliest times in Arkansas, with drunk drivers endangering themselves and others. We all know it's illegal to drive with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or higher. If you do, you go to jail, you lose your license, probably lose your job when your boss finds out. You'll pay court costs, attorney's fees. That interlock thing, you've had probably someone you've known out there that has had to blow in a tube to start the car, then every few miles blow in a tube again. Well, those things, A, are embarrassing, and B, you got to pay to put them in, and then you got to pay to keep them maintained. So you don't want to do any of this. You have to really, it's a life-changing deal. And that's if you don't kill somebody in the act while you're doing it. So, hey, think before you drink, drive sober or get pulled over. Enjoy your holiday weekend that's coming up, but do it with some common sense. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Arkansas State Police.
I maintain that Uber and Lyft was the greatest invention maybe in the 21st century, and we have them all over the state, so take advantage if you can. Let's go to D. Queen, Arkansas, home of the Leopards. Welcome in Johnny this morning. Johnny, what's up, man? You're on the Morning Rush.
Good morning, sir. So how are y'all doing today?
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, okay. This is what I got on the schedule. Let's see what y'all think. Win Alabama A&M. Win Arkansas State. Win at Mississippi on a miracle play at the end. Win at Memphis. That's 4-0. Then we'll lose to Notre Dame, but we'll play real well.
Okay.
Now, the Tennessee game, I've got win or lost. What do y'all think?
Well, we're coming off a bye.
They are too.
They are too. Mm-hmm. Road trip. I'm gonna go with a close loss on the road.
That's 20 years. What did you say?
Okay, that's why I put lost.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, win over A&M, I think, because it's at Fayetteville. I think we're due. We're due to A&M. Win over Auburn. Win over Mississippi State. Lose at LSU. Lose at Texas. Win over Missouri. What do y'all think? 8-4, 9-4. How's that sound?
9-4 with a bowl. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and also I've seen on my phone. I got another question. I saw on my phone last week that if Sam Pittman doesn't finish in the top 25, he's going to be fired at the end of the season. Is that true? What do y'all think?
I think if they go under 500, there's a good case to be made that he could be let
He said
go.
top 25. Isn't that what you said, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yes, he said top. Yeah, they said top 25. That's what they said on my phone.
I don't think there's any validity to. I mean, that's not in his contract. Put it that way. I think if he has a good season, which what is good? That's what we're trying to determine here. Is 7 good? Is 8 great?
I would be elated if they went 7-5 this year.
I think he gets fired if they go 7-5.
You think he gets fired at 7-5?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Well,
that would be
I
improvements.
know the fans are going to want him fired.
Well, the fans may, but they're not going to fire him at 7-5. No, it's not. Can't afford to fire him. He may keep his job at 6-6. I mean, it's cost some do-re-mi to get. And I know it changes. There's some changes in the buyout as the winning percentage drops.
Mm-hmm.
But it's again we're laying people off up there. We're trying to figure out how to bridge this $20 million gap that's been put on them. So I just think you're going to see ADs and administrations a little more reserved to make moves. So Kevin, or Johnny, excuse me, to answer your question, top 25 has no bearing on that.
So Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Tennessee,
they go 8-4,
Tennessee, LSU, and Texas.
May build a monument, Johnny.
Johnny, I would be, and to everyone else, that would be awesome if they accomplish that this year. I think you would at least have to put Sam Pittman in he won't win Coach of the Year if they go 8-4, but he would probably end up in the top 3 for that. And deservedly so. I think for every fan listening, that would probably, for the most part, would be outdoing your expectations of this upcoming year. That Tennessee game is really intriguing, though, because, they had a bye last year and lost to you. You're coming off a bye the same time they are. They announced their quarterback like we were talking about. I don't know if they're going to be better than they were last year at 10-2. Yeah. Now, they might be the same, but I don't think they're going to be better in that game. And as Christian said earlier, you've dominated Tennessee the last 20 years, winning 5 of the last 6. So maybe keep up that domination.
Boys, we're taking this thing on the road tomorrow. Going to be at Hardee's, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Brian's going to come by and pay us $100. We're going to have $1.49 sausage biscuits. Later in the show, we'll have $3.50 monster burgers. And by the way, if you're not aware, Hardee's has breakfast till noon now. So you can't get lunch at 11, but you can get one of those Hardee's biscuits all the way till 12 noon, and those hash browns. That's the star of the show too. But come by tomorrow, have breakfast, order a bunch if you need to take some to work. $1.49 sausage biscuits tomorrow. Saturday, we give away the football trip of a lifetime. We'll have the local high schools competing at 1:30, and then right after that, we'll give away the football trip of a lifetime. Trip to see the Cowboys and the Raiders in Viva Las Vegas. And we have got a full field of, 23 in the field. So we've got a full house for the competition Saturday. So come by and join us tomorrow for breakfast. Hardee's, Phoenix Avenue. By the way, those $1.49 sausage biscuits, good at all Fort Smith and Sallisaw area Hardee's locations.
We got a text earlier from Hog Wild and Van Buren here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying that the Kool-Aid is strong here in Arkansas. You brought it up yesterday. It's kind of 2-3 week window where people start to get more positive on the season. If you ask, maybe I'm wrong, if you asked Johnny about the season a month or two ago, I don't know if he would feel as strongly about an 8-4 record this year. But as things get closer, you hear more about fall camp, you hear more about positive stuff. That doesn't mean it's going to lead to anything. But I do feel like that people slant more positive. I'm staying at 6-6. I hope every single day I'm wrong and they go 7-5 or 8-4, maybe even something better. But fall camp stuff, the only thing that would change my fall camp stuff if someone actually got injured of importance, which hopefully doesn't happen.
Does Brian actually show up and pay you tomorrow?
I hope so. I've already told Patty that they're getting a $100 donation, so that's a bad look on Brian. Not only is he letting me down, but he's letting the Good Samaritan Clinic down.
What if someone just brought this up on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, BE in Clarksville? What if he comes in and pays in pennies?
Oh man!
Now that would be a funny move by Brian, but
and I'd go to the bank, give him the was it 100 times 100? What is that?
It's 1,000 pennies.
1,000 penny? No.
Be more.
Yeah. It's
100.
I can't.
100 times.
Jeez
no,
Louise.
100 times. Yeah. 10,000, right?
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say,
10,000.
it's not. Yeah, it's 10,000.
$10 would be 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess he has the opportunity to do that.
Be
Now, you
10,000
just gave him,
pennies.
you just gave him the idea. He wasn't going to come up with that until you just gave him the
Well,
idea.
BE had the idea. Blame BE.
BE, it's your fault if he shows up with pennies tomorrow. I hope he does. I mean,
That's worse
You
than
hope
not
he does
paying
because
the
that'd go
bet.
viral on the internet, and you would, boost your credibility.
I'd get some love. Yeah, I mean, a man pays his debts. That's a way of life.
Should there be interest charged on the $100?
Yeah, I mean, this bet was made in
Compounding interest.
This bet was made last summer.
But it didn't settle till after the Texas
Yeah,
game.
until was that game in November? I think that game was it was November, right? I think it was about the same time it was this past week. Maybe it was October. Either way, it was like the first drive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad.
10
Smith,
ten
who's now
months.
a Texas Longhorn.
10 months of compounding interest on this thing. We may need like $106 out of you.
Yeah, I'd take it. Maybe 10 more bucks for the
Well,
interest.
That seems like usury laws are in effect there. I mean, it seems like that's excessive interest. It seems like to me.
I just hope he's there tomorrow. I hope he's there. I mean, we're doing that tomorrow. We're giving away the football trip the day after that. We're just givers here on the morning.
Andy in Mountain Home says 5% chance Brian shows up.
Oh my. Well, he brought it up today.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look to go silent. It's a bad look to text me back that I'm not paying the bet, and then to go this long without actually doing it. It's a bad look.
It's just a bad look to be a Texas fan, period.
Can't disagree with
Just
you.
a bad look.
Especially if you've grown up your entire life as an Arkansas fan, and you still root for the Arkansas baseball team.
So, hey, when all I know there's not much time for the season to settle down, but it'd be cool to take a trip up to Gaston's. Our buddy Sean White, who one of the great guys up there, love fishing with Sean. He's one of their best. Called in earlier just to talk some football. He's excited. Let's go up and do the show there one morning. We can go out and fish right after the show with Sean. That'd be a great day to just we talk about it's National Relaxation Day. I think fishing at Gaston's is top of the list for a lot of people. And the White River rolling a lot of water right now, trying to get bull shoals down after a lot of spring rain, still holding a lot of water. But still, the fishing has been great on the White River. Sean's one of the many great guys they've got up there. Sean, Mike, you got a roster full of really good ones. And so call 870-431-5202 and let them fix you up with a trip. Private cabins and lodges, great restaurant. It's the whole package at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time. Every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Am I allowed to humble brag here?
Yeah.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Since the state's giving you a tax-free weekend, we figured we'd do even better. 3 weekends of state sales tax paid when you trade, and all the weekdays in between. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. Get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through August 16th. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Mix and match your favorite flavors like buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, and spicy. Endless combinations start with 2 warm tortillas, each filled with 100% white meat, juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside, hand-breaded chicken tenders. Any 2 wraps, now just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Visit restaurant for details.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Are you a middle-aged man feeling low on energy, struggling with weight gain, a decreased libido, or even battling depression? You don't have to feel this way any longer. Hi, this is Stephen Pittman, a licensed nurse practitioner and expert on testosterone replacement therapy. At Pittman TRT in Fort Smith, our priority is to restore your vitality and energy the way you felt in your 20s. No need to drive an hour or more.
Call Pittman TRT today at 479-274-1747 or check them out online at pittmantrt.com. Pittman TRT. Get back to feeling like your old self again.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
We all plan to be on time, but fender bending, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Everybody's talking at me.
Hey, I appreciate you guys taking my call. Listen to you guys all the time on my drive. I'm going to have to lean towards Ty here.
I'm tired of the fans being fed a bunch of lies and garbage.
You know, you got this wonderful staff that you have. Great day to be a Razorback, you know. That's my hero. I want to be when I grow up.
So I appreciate what you guys do.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Like there's a few times KJ drops back and he's looking in the stands at the blonde on row 3.
I think we've all done that at some point in time. Bobby Petrino earlier this week.
Petrino said that.
I was cracking up when I heard that. I was like, did he just say that? I went back and listened to it again. He also said this.
So that idea, hey, let's thin him up and get him faster, that was a stupid idea by me.
We've all had. He's talking about Monte Harrison there, who's just built like a freight train. Monte,
he's a pro athlete.
Yeah. Played professional baseball, minors and majors, and a guy that you're hoping is more. Apparently, him and KJ Jackson have quite a connection. I've heard Tom talk about it. You've seen practice reports, a few touchdowns between the two. Don't know how much Monte is going to impact from a wide receiver standpoint this season in terms of receiving yards and everything else, but apparently they've developed one.
Hey, a quick word for our friends at Mock Legal Solutions. Jackie and Matt have opened a second location in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. So if you need representation anywhere in the state of Oklahoma, they can help you. They've got a handle on every aspect of the law, whether it's family law, contract matters, or whether you need help with a car wreck you've been involved in. Jackie can go to work for you to make sure that she can deal with the insurance company, not you. Let an expert do that for you. They understand times are hard. That's why they make it easy to understand with flat fees that are reasonable, easy to deal with down payments and monthly fees that fit your budget as well. MockLegalSolutions.com or 479-769-1505.
But before we go, I'm going to be honest. I learned something this morning before the show. I didn't know Doc Holliday was a real person. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not. He was
How about like from the movie Doc Holliday? Mm-hmm. The Westerns, Tombstone?
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, Tombstone, played by Val Kilmer. He passed away on this day back it was his birthday on this day back in 1887.
Ty, did you know Wyatt Earp was a real person too?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Played by Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
I watched the Miracle the other day, and that might be Kurt Russell's best movie. And I would also say that about Val Kilmer. As much as I like Top Gun, his character, at least, maybe that's the better way to put it, is his character. But yeah, I had no idea that Doc Holliday was a real person until looked at it this morning and popped up.
It's been a while since I've seen Tombstone, so
it's a great movie, man.
Maybe that'll be a project for the weekend. Hey, if you're going to go fishing this weekend, get at lurenet.com today. Go online. They've got special exclusive deals online from all the brands made at Pradco, Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and lots more. You won't find them anywhere else. Plus, if you order $35 or more, they'll ship it to your door for free and make it real easy. That's lurenet.com. All the great stuff made by Pradco right here in Arkansas.
Happy birthday to Steve Martin. Happy birthday to Magic Johnson. And also happy birthday to Halle Berry.
Ooh.
When you think of those two actors or actor and actresses, Steve Martin, what's the first movie you think of?
Cheaper by the Dozen.
Father of the Bride.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, even though I haven't
that'd be a
seen
good
it.
one.
That's, and then Halle Berry, does everyone think of?
Well, I don't think of movies
James
when I
Bond.
think of Halle Berry.
Yeah, the James Bond scene. That's where
Three Amigos or whatever.
Pretty lady.
Yeah.
Three Amigos is a good one too.
All right, that's gonna do
Martin
it.
Short in that too.
That's gonna do it for the morning rush. For Christian Johnson, Tommy Kraft, I'm Ty Richardson. Halftime, Matt Jones, Phil Elson, Big C coming up next.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel